Hi everybody, welcome back to another Stoneforge gaming video. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the pond/lake sections that I've been doing up over the last couple of weeks or so. These are from Gale Force 9, they're from the Battlefield in the Box terrain set that they have, and they're pretty nice basically off the bat. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this particular video was that you can take some of these, like there are a lot of different terrain manufacturers out there. I mean, there's so many that come pre-painted, kind of pre-done, and if you want to use them just as is, that's totally fine. But for me, I liked what they had started with, and but I just kind of want to add some more and take it to the next level. So this is the box set from the basically this is the box that it all came in, and you can see here this is how it all starts off. This is just basically painted dirt here. You've got your rock sections, and then it's basically flat painted blue for water. There is a section up here that I have not finished. I probably end up using it for like maybe a tree section or something like that. But until then, I'm not really too worried about these parts, or this part for going with this. So this is the way that they finished it up in their representation, which looks well enough. They've matched their flocking to the flock of the board that they're using. You can see the trees here, they have the very similar flocking. So they did that to kind of blend it all in, but they left, you can see they added a gloss coat to the top of the water sections here, but they left it kind of flat. There's no gradation in the water, and so I just decided that I wanted to do something a little bit different. So the thing that I did, you can see that I have taken a lot of the flock. It's basically the same flock that I use for most of my Borderlands sections. They're pretty standard for the stuff I've been doing lately. But the thing that I did was I decided to first off paint a little bit of a gradient down to a darker, to basically create an illusion of depth towards the center here. And the reason I did that was just because of the fact that it kind of just gives it a little more visual interest. And honestly, it probably wouldn't give that much of a difference in gradient from, say, a pond or a lake this size. But I really liked the look of it. So here for scale, this is just the Belegar Iron Hammer miniature that I painted up recently for my dwarf army. But you can see the size of it. So they're pretty sizable pieces. This is a single standard size miniature, 28 mil. So I mean, large ponds, maybe a small lake, depending on your view of it all, and you can connect them to kind of not necessarily. I mean, there's I'm sure ways of connecting these. If you had little river sections that you wanted to do a little more converting with, that would definitely work. But so that was the first thing that I did. I painted the gradient on there, but you can see that I also added some ripples, which looks like the camera is picking up quite well. The thing that I did here is I actually used Mod Podge, which is a gloss medium. I used the heavy gloss medium so that I have more time for sculpting the waves and whatnot. And then I just kind of went in and slowly sculpted some of these gentle waves that you see here. I really like the final effect. I would like to do some more work with Mod Podge and kind of see what all the different things I can do with it. One of the things that I was unhappy with, not that these are bad or anything, but it was the fact that I think I need to do multiple. I did multiple layers, but I need to do more layers of thinner layers, so that I can have less bubbles. You can see in some of these spots that there are quite a few bubbles. Normal air bubbles are fine for lakes, because obviously there's going to be an amount of, I mean, you have fish, you have other living creatures in there's going to be air bubbles, but not to this extent. I think it's fine, it works, but I would definitely like to improve that in the future. So I also added in some more vegetation. You can see I added in some different pieces. Let's see here. So first off, I added these. Basically, they're just kind of standard clump foliage. You can see that I kind of blended them into the water section there, and that I even, at the bottom part of it, let's see if I can zoom in on this, I even added enough water, focus, to where it would basically make it look like the bottom edges of the plant are wet, which I like pretty well. So I added several of those around. Some of the other pieces that I added in were these lily pads, which are, I think they turned out really well. They are basically just cardstock cut up with a little paper or hole punch, and then some of them have been cut up. You can see that there has a little bit of the triangular section cut out of it. This is an idea I stole from another terrain maker, not giving names, but it was really cool. So I really like the way those turn out. Just did a little basic paint job on them, and did some washes to kind of give them a little more natural feel. I did another section, or another type of vegetation, which are these. They're kind of like seaweed or something like that, kind of washing up on the shore. You can see in several different spots. You can see that they've washed up, and I've even put some in the center down within the water, so it kind of looks like it's popping out. I would like to do a little bit more of those in the future, just to kind of make it look a little more vibrant. So yeah, so this is, you can do with a lot of this pre-made terrain, you can do quite a bit actually to add in your own flavor and kind of match them to whatever terrain set that you've been doing. And I really think that by doing this a little bit more, you can adjust some of these pre-painted terrains to your liking. Again, there are a few things I would like to change for the future, but that's kind of standard for my stuff. Never 100% happy. But anyways, one of the last things that I wanted to add in here was an idea that I had for some kind of standing static wildlife. Now, not anything big, but some stuff that you would find in some standard little ponds, such as like, say, fish maybe swimming around in the area, or possibly a turtle or two, some frogs maybe. But I'm kind of at a standstill on where to find animals of the right scale, possibly to make some of my own. It's kind of all up in the air. But I definitely would like to add something like that. Maybe add them in on like the bottom layer, and then kind of put the gloss coats over top to where it makes them look like they're swimming through the water. Just kind of an interesting idea on them. So again, guys, these are the pre-made pieces from Gale Force 9 and Battlefield in the Box. They are the pond/lake sections. They're really cool. At the end of the day, I really do like the way that they come standard, and I like the way that they turn out with some of the different water effects and things like that I've done on them. So if you guys like this video, then maybe you will come back for another Stoneforge Gaming video, because you know I'll be back. I'll see you later, guys.